Coming to paperback and e-readers, the Steam Season of the Witch Girl. The aspiring angel takes on a wicked teenage witch in this action-packed all-new Steam series adventure. Pre-order your copy of the Steam Season of the Witch Girl at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. I got a chance to take a look at the second trailer for James Gunn's Superman. And while I thought the first trailer was super mid, this second trailer basically has me a bit more intrigued than the previous one, and it has me intrigued because this new trailer shows me a lot more of Superman that basically feels more like a comic than the previous trailer. Now, the previous trailer felt really jumbled and felt like they were trying to do way too much, but this new trailer shows a heavy focus on Superman, and this heavy focus on Superman is showing me that James Gunn basically has a little bit of an understanding of the character and the overall character story. And I liked seeing this version of the trailer because this one showed me that we're getting basically a comic book come to life on screen, mixed with some great elements of the 1978 Superman movie, with this whole sequence of Superman crashing to the ground, symbolizing a man who's basically been battered by the world, and this battered man was battered by the world, whistling for his dog Krypto to come take him home. And as the dog basically is there, it's trying to show him affection, and as he's trying to show him affection, eventually realizes that his master needs help and takes him home. And as he's taken home, we get a gorgeous sequence of the Fortress of Solitude rising out of the ice in the Arctic. And it's a very beautiful sequence that really reminds me a lot of animation and a lot of what came from the comic books. Everything here, as related to this whole sequence, is absolutely fantastic. And we get Superman coming to the Fortress of Solitude, Krypto bringing him home, and then we get to see the Superman robots, which basically remind me a little bit of the John Byrne robots from the Triangle era of Superman. So I liked all of these touches that pay homage to the comics. Mr. Superboy had said that there was a homage to All-Star Superman, which is considered to be one of the great all-time Superman stories, but I see how James Gunn has fused a lot of these different elements from the comics to the Superman movie, and everything here is just so well done as related to this sequence of the movie. And we get the robots again in action, and the robots really do a great job of showing how they care for Superman. So while he's in the Fortress of Solitude, he still has people again to care for. Even though they are artificial, they're robots, they still have some semblance of humanity. That's another thing I really liked about this sequence, because with Superman robots, we just see that, oh, they're just programmed automatons, but it seems like these robots have a bit of a personality. There's a difference between a male and a female robot. There's a lot here that I really liked seeing as related to this whole sequence, because it really captures that spirit and heart of what makes Superman great. Everything here is just, it really captures that heart and soul of Superman as related to things, and I wish that this had been the first trailer, because this would have gotten me excited about this Superman movie, because we would have seen Superman as the center focus, and that's what this film desperately needs, is a focus on Superman, a focus on Superman as related to him being Kal-El and him being Clark Kent. Those are two great elements of the character that really make the character great, and how he's a good person who wants to do good in a world that basically has changed. That's one of the things I'm going to talk about in an upcoming video on Superman that a video viewer requested. I'm going to talk more in depth about how we basically have changed to the point where we don't see good people as good, and that could be a great story point if this movie focuses on that. Based on what I saw with the sequence of Superman being attacked by the people, that would have been a great sequence, because it shows how Americans in and of themselves have lost their ability to be really good people, because that's why a lot of people have a hard time relating to Superman. And there's a lot in this trailer that, again, it's a 5-minute trailer, and in that 5 minutes, we see a lot of magic on screen that has me thinking that it goes from super mid to might be super okay. I mean, this whole sequence look, if the film continues to have the spirit and heart that show us Superman as a symbol of hope and optimism, I mean, that's what Superman is all about. And even though he's battered and beaten, he still is, again, in a place where he's filled with hope, because these robots, again, show hope by showing care for Superman and the same care that he shares for people. I mean, as they're caring for him, as he's dealing with these injuries, they show him, again, getting this concentrated sunlight, again, part of his care. Everything here basically shows, again, a great care for the Superman character, and this is the trailer that I believe they should have run from the beginning, because this is the trailer that will get you excited, because while the superhero movie genre is tired, this Superman movie trailer is really super, as I see it. I mean, these 5 minutes, again, they just draw you in and show you the humanity of Kal-El and as Superman, and show us the humanity of his mission as related to things, how he, again, has a connection to not only at the fortress, but connection to Krypto and connection to people. I mean, this is what's really great about Superman, and everything here, again, encapsulates what really makes Superman a hero, makes him a hero as related to things. Now, I still think that as related to the later parts of the trailer, things are getting to be, again, where you're getting to get too much, because the whole focus of the movie should be Superman. It should be about Superman and his love for people. It should be about why he goes out and fights all this evil every day. That should be the core of the story. I'm hoping that's the core of the story, that it's about Superman as a man who basically, again, cares much about people and cares enough about people to do what's right and be a symbol of what's right. That's what Superman is all about. Now, I know I've heard about test screenings saying the movie has no plot or it's jumbled, but this is a comic book movie, and again, when it comes down to comic books, I don't know, again, with this type of movie, how this will impact it, but I really want Superman to be what he represents and what he stands for. I mean, Superman stands for the good in all of humanity. He's supposed to be a representation of what it means to be a good person, and if you can get that part right, you're on the road to making a good Superman movie, similar to the 1978 film that starred the late Christopher Reeve, which basically encapsulated all of the goodness of Superman as related to his character. That's what I really want to see on screen with a Superman movie, and I'm seeing some things that are basically making me change my mind about this movie being super mid and super meh. I mean, that's what I saw in the other trailer. I mean, what I saw in that sequence basically showed me, again, a man of steel trying to, again, continue to maintain his resolve in a hard world. Again, really good visuals there. Now, James Gunn can basically mess this movie up by making it like being a one-trick pony, like his dreadful Creature Commando series, which just basically was him, again, cutting and pasting stuff. And I'm hoping he doesn't do that with this movie, because what looks like, if they follow with what they did with this trailer and make it just about Superman and make it all about what Superman represents, then you might be on the road to making a classic on the level of the 1978 movie. Now, if you want to check out my first full comic book, John Haynes at Death's Door, it's available on Lulu.com, and you can see how I would go out here and do comic books if I got that chance to write comics by clicking the link to the John Haynes comic and purchasing yourself a copy. And if you want to see my first digital comic, Esteem No Good Deed, you can get that comic on Kindle for just 99 cents, and you can see how I write comics and check out how I write comics. Now, if you want to check out a full world of African American characters in a world of the supernatural, you can check out my SJS Direct Universe books, such as those in the ISIS series, the Esteem series, and the John Haynes series. You can check all those books out on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them at other online booksellers like Draft the Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you want to see me make more videos talking about superhero science fiction and fantasy, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box so I can continue making great content and sharing more great content with you. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, A Thorn in My Side. The man who rules the world takes on an agent from the CIA from the Black Boule in this all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Dark Incubus. The goddess next door gets enthralled in a romantic entanglement with an evil incubus in this all-new Isis series adventure. Get your copy of Isis, Dark Incubus in paperback and e-readers today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.